Hello everybody, I am Tom and you are watching me play Genshin Impact. So in today's video, we're going to go do the new Archon quest that apparently just dropped. I think it dropped yesterday or the day before technically. I wasn't really paying attention. The only reason I really know it exists is because I accidentally did the first step because that's happened to be where I logged out, and when I logged back in it auto-triggered the cutscene. So apparently, what you've missed thus far is that treasure hoarders in both Leeway and Mondstadt are joining together to do some evil stuff, presumably. Beyond that, they're stealing from the Abyss, I think was the point they were saying. Explore Call of the Abyss. Alright, let's go. Level 28, I think I'm good. I don't have cryo, but that's fine? Maybe? I mean, I could swap someone out for a cryo unit, I guess. I'm gonna assume I don't need it. If I do need it, then, well, screw me, I guess.
There are signs of treasure hoarder activity here. They must have come to these ruins. Let's go deeper inside. Paimon sure hopes Ganyu's information is reliable. There aren't many guards here. Looks like their plan to draw away the Abyss Order's forces really worked.
There really isn't much here. Granted, this is like low level because it's Archon quest
More
stuff,
signs that a
but
treasure hoarder was here. This should be the right direction, but
weird.
why does it feel stranger and stranger as we make it deeper into these ruins? Be careful now. Paimon's right behind you.
I was about to say, I'm checking in here simply for the possibility of getting chests, which there are, unsurprisingly. Oh, no, we gotta wait. Once again, checking for chests. As I said, checking for chests. Cool music.
This looks like a person.
That's a raptor or whatever his
Could it
name
be
is.
the Grand Thief? Why is he in that position? Is he praying to something?
Looks like blood.
That's...
Statue of the Seven.
Why is the Statue of the Seven hanging upside down? And the statue's hands... Paimon remembers they're normally holding an orb, right? But this statue is holding... What is that?
Darkness energy. There seems to be blood all over these rocks, by the way, that no one seems to be noticing.
Paimon has a really bad feeling about this.
Yeah, because of the blood.
And the Grand Thief hasn't moved an inch. Do you think he's...
That's a raptor, right?
Hello? Are you okay, mister? He's dead. Paimon doesn't feel so good.
How did he die?
Let's get out of here, and fast. We should report back to Ganyu and Lon. Now what? We can't stay here. Quick, run!
The floor is lava, it would seem. It's cool that this is now, like... This was in the, like a mini-game that they had in the previous event, and it's now, like, just a part of the level, which is kind of cool. Well, that's not good. I mean, I can probably fix it still.
Incoming.
Like that.
I'll be fine.
As I said, like that. Ka-ching supremacy. Hello? You're big.
You cannot spy on the secrets of the Abyss. You have come here. You have seen our secrets. For this, you must pay the price. As a herald, I will mete out your punishment.
Dance leaf?
An Abyss Herald?
There was a quest we did. I don't know if I did it on camera. I don't think I did. I think that was before I started recording quests in this game. But there was a character named Dainsleaf who was looking for them. Oh, there we go. The monster we were tracking with Dane. There we go.
Dainsleaf. Oh, I thought you were just a couple of pests that stumbled in here by mistake. So, you are with Dainsleaf, that constant annoyance in our affairs. Did he send you here to die? His resistance against the Abyss has gone nowhere for a long time. There is nothing you can do to change the tide. The Abyss is unstoppable.
What is this?
Why do I doubt that?
Tyrant's never seen it before.
I am nearly
Careful.
dead.
Please don't get cocky.
Your life is mine.
Ready, steady, go. Let the show begin.
Give up.
Brace yourselves. Cut to the chase.
I'm somewhat over leveled for this, but that's fine.
All life will perish.
Yahoo! Income. Yeah. Yeah.
This power, it seems familiar.
Yeah, sister.
I see. So it's you. You are the one. In that case, I shall stay here no longer.
To be instructed not to kill us, perhaps?
What a tough battle. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm more than fine.
Oh, such a strong enemy. Who knew the Abyss Order had monsters this powerful among them?
It did seem to know me.
Huh? What is it? What are you thinking about?
Let's get out.
Right, yeah. We're near the exit now. Let's get out of this scary place before something even more dangerous shows up.
So presumably, it recognized our fighting style or our power, the same as our sisters, and then they were like, "Ooh, we didn't instruct her not to kill my sister, his
we meet
brother or
again.
whatever, her brother."
A little sooner than I had expected.
Hey, it's Dane!
Judging by your expression, it seems you just experienced something quite strange. Could it be that you encountered an Abyss Herald in those ruins?
Huh? How did you know that?
Because he was tracking them,
I've been on
presumably.
the Abyss Herald's trail. I didn't expect to find you here as well.
There was something even stranger than the Abyss Herald in the ruins. Relay what we saw.
An inverted statue of the Seven, holding abyssal power in its hands. No, I have never seen such a thing during my time fighting the Abyss, though I have had my suspicions.
Interesting. Is there rise of an Abyss Archon, maybe?
Tell me the rest of what happened in there. So you escaped the ruin depths filled with abyssal power, and then?
And then, as we got close to the exit, an Abyss Herald suddenly appeared and blocked our way. We fought a big battle with that thing. maybe it hasn't gotten too far yet.
Yes, this is a rare opportunity indeed. Come, let's catch up to it.
You do have a point. We technically commissioned him, but yeah, let's go.
Let's go! A rare opportunity? With Dan helping out, maybe we'll be able to solve more mysteries about the Abyss.
Indeed. So... Talk to Dane Sliff 500 meters that way. Can I fast travel there in any... I can!
La, la, la. Those Abyss mages just now. Were they trying to ambush us?
No. They were just digging through these abandoned ruin guards looking for something of value.
Oh, is that so? The Traveler here seems to like doing that a lot too.
That's kind of true.
Looking for chaos devices, chaos circuits, you know, that kind of stuff.
They're probably not looking for that kind of stuff.
They wouldn't be searching for such ordinary objects. In fact, I was nearby investigating precisely because Abyss mages often come out from that ruin to explore. They seem to be searching the remains of ruin guards for a certain valuable object to take back to the ruins. However, they look disappointed, so it would seem they haven't found it yet.
Well then, why didn't you grab one of them just now and ask what they were up to?
Yeah, Master D-Luke done that.
I
Worked.
certainly don't mean to be merciful towards these monsters of the Abyss. But I have a feeling that their plan with this object is of major importance to the entire Abyss Order. One cannot discover the truth behind it through interrogation. Or rather, these Abyss
They don't know
mages
anything, or
likely
they feel-
fear
okay.
something else, much more than they do a painful interrogation.
Something related to the ruin.
Paimon is getting goosebumps thinking about all this.
So, just my guess at this point, I think our sister is probably turning herself into an Abyss Archon, trying to get her power back. And then my assumption is so she can fight this other god so that we can leave, would be my
All right,
assumption, maybe?
we shouldn't waste too much time here.
It's a lot of
Let's
assumptions,
continue
but
our search.
that would seem to make sense to where the story was going in my mind, but who knows. More traces of the Abyss Order, 200 meters. I'm gonna fast travel. Eh. It's not really anywhere for fast traveling. Back.
Speed of light. Yeah. Wow. Besides the Abyss Order, Ruin Guards sure are active around here.
That they are.
Seems wherever we find an Abyss Mage hideout, there's often a bunch of Ruin Guards roaming around too.
Obviously not a
Is that
coincidence.
just a coincidence? Or...
There are no coincidences in the world. Everything is the fruit of seeds planted long ago.
Interesting. That's an interesting line, specifically because I just noticed that his title is the Bow Keeper.
Just like your appearance in that tavern. Time is just waiting for those seeds to sprout.
I only heard about you by chance.
Forget it. Just some needless musings. The connection between the Abyss Order and the Ruin Guards is by no means incidental.
I don't know.
Rather, they are both branches that have grown out and up from the same roots below.
branches? Roots? What do you mean exactly?
Both originate from an ancient nation that was destroyed 500 years ago. Khaenri'ah.
Khaenri'ah. I was trying to figure out how to pronounce that before he said it. Khaenri'ah.
Huh? Khaenri'ah? Really? The Abyss Order and Ruin Guards are left over from after the destruction of that nation?
So maybe they're not creating a new Archon? Maybe they've got an old Archon who still used to rule there? Don't know.
Speaking of Khaenri'ah, that's really a super ancient name. Oh, right. As your guide, Paimon should explain a bit here. A long time ago, the nation of Khaenri'ah was...
Apparently I know about Khaenri'ah,
Huh?
because I have memories of Khaenri'ah.
You have
Interesting.
memories of being there. But that nation was destroyed 500 years ago.
Clearly that's what me and my sister visited, right?
Is that so? Well, everyone has their secrets. You did not pry into mine, so I shall not pry into yours. But, if you would like to tell me, I will listen. So, The Khaenri'ah you saw, what was it like?
It's worth a shot. Tells Dane about the Sea of Flames they saw 500 years ago. Right, so this is in, like, his story
So
quest,
that's
probably?
the complete
Which I haven't
story,
read,
huh?
because I'm like that.
Paimon thought that you ran into that unknown god first.
So did
I
I.
see. So your first memory after coming to this world was being awoken by your sister from within that meteorite.
It seems your sister woke up first. But the question is, how long before you?
And then your sister told you that the destruction of Khaenri'ah plunged the whole world into chaos, and that you two should leave this world called Teyvat?
The destruction of Khaenri'ah? She said that?
That destruction you witnessed, that's history from 500 years ago. It seems the first time you awoke in this world was indeed during that period.
Huh. So your sister must have understood this world better than you did, because she woke up first.
Well, she could have had something to do with the destruction of Khaenri'ah, technically.
And it was shortly
right?
after that that you encountered an unknown god who blocked your path, so you couldn't escape.
Oh, Paimon knows this part really well.
I understand. When you awoke at that time and hurriedly tried to leave for another world, you didn't know anything about Khaenri'ah. But now, since you have come to gain some understanding of Teyvat, you are able to guess that the war you witnessed all those years ago must be the war that ended Khaenri'ah. Am I right?
Ah, if that's the case, you must have been flipping through all sorts of books during our adventure these past few months. Before going to Mondstadt, you had just looked at some vague materials. Later, we managed to gather a whole bunch of old books from all around Mondstadt and Liyue, but you told Paimon they were useless. So, the whole time you were just trying to learn more about Khaenri'ah so you could find your sister?
It is the second most promising lead after looking for the Seven. I guess that's probably true. I wonder whether the fall of Khaenri'ah was... It wasn't the Archon War, right? Because the Archon War was like 2,000 years ago or something, I think.
Oh, yeah. You can travel around the 7 nations to find the 7. But where can you go to find a nation that was destroyed 500 years ago?
I probably know more about Khaenri'ah than both of you.
I mean, his attire is very similar to the Abyss. I assume he's from Khaenri'ah.
Khaenri'ah was a nation without a god.
Interesting.
Not because it had a god that died or abandoned them, but because it never had a god to begin with. It was a powerful nation, built purely by humans. An unprecedented, flourishing, and glorious civilization. It was the pride of humankind.
A nation without a god?
Later events unfolded just as you remember. It was all destroyed by gods.
You mean that...
500 years ago, the gods descended upon the world and brought desolation to Khaenri'ah. The pride of humankind was uprooted and crushed, like a weed removed from the garden of the gods.
How could that be? The history books don't say anything about that.
It is horrible.
Yes, well, continuing to discuss the past now will only dampen our spirits.
Yeah, exactly. Next time say Venti or Zhongli.
Let's keep moving. I will tell you more of what you want to know as we continue our search.
It's more poignant when you know two of the gods. In fact, I'm playing as one of the gods right now. Look, hello. I'm a god.
Yahoo!
Yahoo! Let's kill a nation. Alright. Let's keep going, I suppose.
Over there! It's more ruin guards and abyss mages. Dane was just saying how these ancient machines are from Khaenri'ah. So, did Khaenri'ah have a lot of ruins that needed to be guarded?
No. Ruin Guard is the name modern people have given these machines. No one called them that 500 years ago. These Ruin Guards were known as Field Tillers by the people of Khaenri'ah.
They were gardeners.
Field tillers? What a strange name.
It's not like you think. Field Tiller
okay.
was just a code name. The people of Conria like to give code names to their
I was
weapons.
gonna say, they have like swords and shit.
The land is not to be tilled with farming tools, but rather is to be fought for with steel and blood. This is how the Field Tiller came about.
Fair enough.
Fought for with steel and blood? Well, that's an interesting way of understanding tilling. Paimon doesn't think it's a very positive interpretation.
After the destruction of Conria, these masterless field tillers went completely out of control. They wandered aimlessly over the centuries, gradually spreading to every corner of Teyvat, perhaps resonating with the sorrow of other civilizations lost to time. They found their way to various ruins across the land, where they lie dormant.
Well, that sounds so sad.
Once you understand more, those details won't mean much to you. But no matter their past, all that remains of them now is the danger they pose. So destroy them all.
Fair enough.
Time for takeoff. Don't cut to the chase. Here we go.
Simple.
Huh? This abyss mage dropped a talisman. Could it be a communication of some kind?
This talisman seems connected to the Abyss Herald. But why would an Abyss Mage be carrying it? Perhaps it really does contain information about their operation.
But Paimon can't read the writing on it. Is that the script of Conria?
Apologies, those Discord sounds are mine. I forgot to mute Discord before I started recording. Don't check your computers, it's fine.
Engulf the faith of an enemy in flame, and bring glory to Her Highness the Princess.
What? Is that what it says?
Loom of Fate, initial operation.
Loom of Fate.
The
Interesting.
Abyss, seem to be carrying out a large operation. The keyword here is Loom of Fate.
Spin the weave of fate.
It seems like they are still launching the operation, or rather, are still conducting preliminary tests.
Loom of Fate? What's that? Is it literally a fate-weaving machine?
Is it related to the inverted statue? Yeah,
From
potentially.
the horrible feeling Paimon's been getting, those eerie ruins are super likely to be related to this fate-weaving operation. So, Dane, what message does this talisman contain?
I'm reading it now. An ambitious operation. But some parts are difficult to understand.
Because they're in code, or...
How so?
In short, the first phase of the plan is related to Osile, Overlord of the Vortex.
The Overlord of the Vortex? You mean that god in the ocean?
We weren't able to destroy it.
What do they want with Osile?
Could be the same as with Dvalin, yeah.
I know of your past heroics regarding Dvalin, and I also know of the Abyss Order's role in the Storm Terror incident. Though you may not have been aware of it at the time, you were thwarting an Abyss Order operation similar to this one.
Last time it was Venti's old friend. This time it's a huge ancient god. The Abyss Order keeps setting their sights higher and higher. Will the Abyss Order use their lies and dark magic to corrupt Osile, just as they did Dvalin?
No. From the contents of the talisman, this operation goes one step further.
Control them.
They won't just corrupt Osile's mind. They also plan to use the ancient technology behind the field tillers to completely transform Osile's body.
So turn an ancient god into a machine of war for you.
that even possible?
Very relevant question, Paimon. That seems ridiculous, but okay.
So wait, the Abyss Order wants to make some sort of cybernetic squid god of mass destruction?
These nicknames do keep getting longer.
Very few people today truly understand the civilization of Khaenri'ah. Though, of course, the accuracy of that understanding itself is difficult to judge. Only the Abyss Order has consistently sought out the remnants of Khaenri'ah. Despite being far from human, they seek out this lost human civilization quite persistently. The
Interesting.
talisman's message states that they will use the defiled statue as a base, attaching Osial's limbs to construct a mechanized god.
Okay.
And the new
Jesus.
core that shall replace the orb usually held by the Statue of the Seven is the eye of the very first field tiller.
The eye of the very first field tiller? Oh, Paimon gets it! All those Abyss mages are looking for the special eye, right?
It would seem so.
Let's find the eye before they do.
This whole thing keeps getting more complicated. But basically, it all has to do with that eerie statue of the Seven we saw, right?
Yes. According to the talisman, the eye should be placed in the hands of the defiled statue, thereby imbuing the newly born god with the power to topple the divine thrones of Celestia.
Oh boy, the Abyss Order sure isn't holding back with this plan. Since no one knows where the first field tiller is, how about we take the information about the statue as the starting point for our investigation?
It did look like Venti.
Yeah, that tone-deaf bard is too difficult to track down anyway.
Right.
Let's go
Okay.
to the cathedral first and ask around. Maybe we'll learn something.
The cathedral.
Huh? What's the matter, Dane?
Nothing. Let's get moving.
I'm sure he doesn't like gods very much. Right? Because presumably he is from Khaenri'ah. Because he has, like, his clothes are exactly the same as the design on the Abyss Order. So, like, he's clearly from Khaenri'ah, but it's like... I don't know. You would think if he was from there, and he's like, what, 500-ish years old? He wouldn't like the gods very much.
A huge statue, a grandiose cathedral. The people of Mondstadt clearly spent a great deal of resources and energy to construct them. But how aware of this was the animal Archon on receiving this gift? And how much did he give back in return?
He gave him freedom.
Faith doesn't ask for anything in return, though. Does it?
Should if the god is real. Like... If you have real physical gods that can walk around with you, then it probably should.
As long as the gods have a clear conscience about it all, there's nothing I can say about it.
Fair point.
Shh! We're about to enter the cathedral! Don't say anything bad about the animal Archon!
Dainsleif, the edgy teen atheist.
And actually, the animal Archon is... never mind.
I never specifically said I would enter the cathedral. I'll leave you two to mingle with the sisters.
Huh?
Aren't you curious?
You are the honorary knight of Mondstadt. They will surely allow you to poke into these affairs with their utmost trust. Having me tag along would only make them suspicious. Correct. And just as our little friend said, I might say something bad about the church at any time. When a non-believer steps onto holy ground, the result is never pretty. I have never received the favor of the gods in the past. I don't see any reason I would need it now, or in the future either. That's enough about that. While we've been chit-chatting, the Abyss Order continues to act.
Okay, then we'll just go in ourselves and ask around.
I should warn you about one thing. Don't go mentioning the defiled statue inside the cathedral. the Church of Favonius wouldn't ignore the matter of the statue. But if they rashly tried anything against the Abyss Order, it would only ruin whatever element of surprise we may have. Also, meddling in the affairs of the Abyss usually doesn't end well for anyone.
He has a point. Although I have a feeling that Paimon will just fucking tell him anyway.
Come on, we can do it.
I just figured I'd top up on health. It's weird narrative dissonance in these games when I can do this. Let's go talk to Barbara with Barbara.
Honorary Knight. Hi, how have you been? Do you need anything today? But I should first make it clear that if you need to borrow the Holy Lyre to Hermel again, we cannot oblige. It seems she hasn't realized it's just an illusion. Oh, we're here to ask some questions about something. Barbara, have you heard about the first field tiller? What's that? Field tiller. What does it do? Of course you wouldn't know anything about that. Okay, next question. Has the church ever lost a statue of the Seven?
Told you I should just blurt it out.
Huh? You're here to ask about that old story?
Interesting.
Well, I didn't expect that. That was such a long time ago, barely anyone mentions it nowadays. A long time ago, there was indeed one statue of the Seven that disappeared one night without a trace. Nearly every member of the church joined the search for it, but it was never found. In the church's records, as you might assume, this incident has been called the Lost Statue of the Seven.
How old is Barbara supposed to be? It's like, oh, nobody talks about that anymore. Aren't you like 16? Like, Jean's her older sister and she's like 20. Like...
Of course! Of course? Nothing? So do you have any other clues? Paimon means any other strange stories? Sorry, Barbara, but we can't tell you about the statue we saw just yet. Like Dane said outside, it's for your own good. Other strange stories? I'm not sure. Let me think about what other unusual incidents are in the church's records. Oh, the Tyrant's final fury? No, that's from another time. Probably unrelated.
Just tell us anyway.
The Tyrant's final fury? Oh, this refers to a time of great danger that engulfed Old Mondstadt, the place now known as Storm Terror's lair. Many, many years ago, there was a time when balls of fire would rain from the sky whenever anyone approached Old Mondstadt.
Interesting. Powerful magic.
Balls of fire raining from the sky?
Meteors.
How terrifying!
Like we were hit by meteors, right?
People at that time believed it was a curse laid down by the god of storms, so they referred to it as the Tyrant's final fury. This strange phenomenon continued for about a year. No one was ever able to solve it. It just gradually ceased on its own.
Which would imply it's not related to the Tyrant, right?
Right. Later, the theory of the Tyrant's final fury became less probable in the eyes of the church. Common reasoning dictates that the god of storms wouldn't shoot fireballs. Perhaps it was something else that caused the disaster. Anyway, this incident might not be related to the lost statue of the Seven, but I just can't think of any other strange incidents that might be. It's okay. Thanks anyway!
There's that pointless word, thank you, again. I can never get used to hearing it.
Alright, Edgelord. What do you want, Rosaria?
Rosaria, it's
You have more news?
If you're looking for the Knights of Favonius, they're busy with those monsters again.
Those monsters?
Those monsters that tried to attack Mondstadt last time during the Storm Terror incident?
Holy chills, under the control of the Abyss.
Wasn't that the Abyss Order? They're at it again?
Indeed. They're gathering in Wolvendom, causing great unrest among the wolves. Could it be that the Abyss Order is targeting the spirit of Lupus Boreas? As for what purpose, I can't say for certain.
He's my
Master
sparring
Jean has
partner.
already headed off to Wolvendom. I must also begin to make a move myself.
Then I will go as well.
Master Jean said you should stay at the church and continue your work with the clergy.
But you're also a member of the clergy.
Don't worry, I'll go help as well. And you're in my party, so you're coming, I guess.
Right! We'll go give Master Jean a hand!
Oh, okay. If the honorary knight will be there, then... But please, everyone, be careful. May the animal Archon protect you all.
He'll be there too. As I said, gameplay dissonance. Let's go talk to Dainsleif, eh? And probably then go help Jean. So now they're going after the wolf, I guess because he's powerful enough that he could be helpful if they could control him as well. They seem to be just trying to control incredibly powerful beings. Seemingly to take a war to the gods, maybe?
I see. Has the Abyss Order already launched a new operation? This could very well have something to do with the defiled statue. We should go as well.
But what is the Abyss Order going to Wolvendom for anyway? Are they looking to do the same as they did with Dvalin? Not again!
No, that's not likely. Unlike Osile, who was just suppressed, Andreas died long ago. Today, it is just his spirit that stands guard over Wolvendom. The Abyss Herald may just be targeting the spirit of Andreas in an attempt to garner some information from one of the Animo Archon's old companions.
I don't think they were really companions, were they? I think he just... I'm pretty sure Venti just made a deal with him, effectively. I don't think they liked each other very much. Although, it seems like Venti likes everybody, but everybody doesn't necessarily like Venti. Also, it's funny the way that the storytelling works in this game, because, like, you have this really, in many ways, rather dark story going on, and then you've got, like, Paimon popping up, kind of like Dora the Explorer, saying, I bet that's what this happened. It's really weird. Well, hello.
Time.
The Abyss Order!
Don't underestimate the enemy. Let's take them now.
Simple.
Whew. There sure are a lot of enemies around here.
The closer we get to the target, the more enemies there are. Fits the Abyss Order's style.
I mean, that fits anybody's style. We should hurry and find Lupus Boreas.
Let's go!
I'm not going any further.
Doesn't like the wolf god either.
Huh? Why not? Is it because you're afraid of fluffy animals?
Probably not it.
It has nothing to do with wolves. It's because Boreas was an ancient god, yet he willingly became a servant of the Seven. I cannot possibly agree with his actions. I don't desire any interaction with him.
Interesting.
Besides, you're the one people like. I'm less likable.
You really despise the Seven, huh?
There's nothing special about gods anyway.
Sure. But there's not anything special about anyone in particular. It doesn't mean you despise them.
It's just my opinion, but a word of advice. Always be on your guard when around gods.
I'm on my guard around everybody.
You shouldn't place too much trust in them. But at the same time, don't go too far in the opposite direction. Don't go trying to overthrow them or hunt them down.
So, seemingly that's what the Abyss is doing, right?
Even if the god in question is your sworn enemy.
Don't trust them and don't hunt them. That's some awkward advice.
Why is your opinion
Does
so
Danny
contradictory?
hate the Seven, or is he protecting them?
Lest I repeat the failings of my forebears, I will tell you one final fact.
Huh? What fact?
The destruction of the nation of Canria by the gods is the reason the Abyss Order now seeks to destroy the nations watched over by the Seven.
Yeah, I'd figured that.
Well, enough chit-chat. We should get back to business. I will go take care of the remaining Abyss Order members in the area. Try and keep your visit with Boreas brief. Afterward, let's meet at the entrance to Wolvendom.
Up, there he goes. What a strange man.
Yeah, I do see where he's coming from, but...
That's true. You also keep your guard up against unfamiliar gods. At the Rite of Dissension in Liyue, your decision was very similar to what Dane would do.
When there's a lack of trust, it's best to try and avoid the situation entirely.
Not the easiest situation.
Honorary Knight, Paimon, what are you two doing here?
Killing Abyss mages.
Master Jean! So glad we found you. Rosaria told us that you came here to fight the Abyss Order, so we came to help.
Then your help is greatly appreciated. The Abyss Order's sudden offensive is very strange. They have surrounded Wolvendom. I am preparing to send out some knights to fight back. I just scouted out all of Wolvendom, but I did not see you. Rosaria told me that the Abyss Order is going after Boreas. But the Abyss Order and Boreas... what is the connection between them?
I think it's just he's powerful.
They just like to cause trouble.
Or that.
Do they really need a reason? The Abyss Order already went after Dvalin. It's not too surprising that they would also go after another one of the Animal Archon's buddies.
Again, I don't think they were friends.
That is true. Regardless, whether the reason behind the present threat is clear or not, I will handle the situation. Honorary Knight, please go and check if Lupus Boreas is in any danger. This god's spirit... he does not often see people, but I hear that you have met him before. Maybe it is best that you are also the one to meet him this time.
Sure.
Okay, be careful. Thank you for your help, Honorary Knight of Favonius.
I feel like I should take Razor with me. I'm going to skip the enemies, if at all possible. And I'm pretty sure I can just by climbing straight up here. Wait, really? They saw me from down there? Weird. I'm surprised they saw me from down there, but I think I can still avoid them pretty easily. Well, there's Mr. Wolfgod. And Razor. Oh no, he's trapped.
Look! Over there, it's Razor! And the Abyss Herald!
You, not welcome here!
So, the wolf's wretched spirit likes to raise wild pups now. You claim to be a guardian, yet your once sharp claws have clearly dulled since your days of godly glory. If you serve us, we can restore your divine powers you once held in the past. Lies. Lies.
What the heck is this ceremony? He looks like he's in a lot of pain. Oh no! Is this the same thing they did to corrupt Dvalin's mind?
Wolves never surrender! But this can't go on.
I'll stop this.
No matter how many times you resist us, your efforts are all in vain.
One enemy, I'm gonna crush you. Really, the situation is
Don't
one-on-one.
waste my time.
It's really
Your
easy.
life is mine. Give up.
Speed of... Yeah! Cut to the chase.
It's a roar.
Yeah! Let's play! Wouldn't gliding be fast? Time for takeoff.
Grant me new life.
Don't blink!
He has a water shield now, which is kind of annoying.
Brace
but
yourselves.
I feel like I can get rid of that. Ow.
With sword comes shadow. Speak. Hey!
It's nothing.
All life will perish. The end is
Speak.
Well, having a water shield is OP as fuck in this.
Don't.
Nice.
shall we? The ceremony was interrupted. How fortunate for you. How does an old spirit have such determined will?
He's a wolf, baby.
No matter. This is but a small unforeseen variable. Our grand scheme will not be affected.
It disappeared again!
At least we stopped it.
Thank you. You came. Just in time.
Human Lupercal. I am ashamed that you must see me in my present state.
I think that's like a really big thing for him to call us a human Lupercal, right? That's like family.
But still, the Abyss Herald underestimated my strength.
Lupus Boreas never refuses trial, but scary outsider, not respect trial rules. I too didn't see the trap.
Wait, so you mean the Abyss Order had everything prepared to corrupt Lupus Boreas' mind, then lured him out under the pretense of challenging him in a trial?
Yeah, it's really not Razor's fault. Razor seems to take a lot of things personally, like it's all his fault. It's really not, most of the
Thank
time.
you. In the future, my claws must get sharper. You smelled danger and came here?
No, we heard about the danger. Paimon's nose doesn't even know what danger smells like. Besides coming to help, we actually have something to ask you about too. Excuse us, Mr. Wolf God. Do you know anything about the first field tiller?
I pay no heed to the contraptions of humans. I know not what this field tiller is. Though there was indeed one human-made machine that I can never forget. It entered into my proving ground by accident, and I mistook it for a challenger. But it could not think, only fight. It was designed as a pure killing machine from top to bottom. I eventually damaged it greatly with one of my attacks. Before it fell to the ground, it fled the proving ground.
By the sounds of it, it's possible that could have been the very first field tiller, right?
Could shoot missiles?
Missiles? I do
I should
not
have known
know
that.
this strange word. As I said, I pay no heed to the contraptions of human. It could spin, leap high into the air, and even shoot fireballs. Although no match for a god, it was stronger than even many who wield visions.
Fireballs? Hey, didn't we hear this somewhere else recently as well? Anyway, this pretty much proves that the first field tiller came to Mondstadt, doesn't it? It sounds like the first one was way stronger than the mass-produced ruin guards that came after. But in this story, it was damaged at the proving ground while fighting the Wolf of the North.
Don't know, but did we help?
Yes, you were a big help. Thanks. We need to keep investigating something super important. The Abyss Herald may have left, but the Abyss's forces are still attacking. You two be careful.
Yes, I smell more danger. Bigger danger. You too, also be careful.
Well, that was some good intel. Quick, let's go tell Dane.
Where is Dainsleif? Down, right near the fast travel point. Just fast travel there. Interesting. It's also funny that the Wolf God can speak better English than Razor can. Like, presumably they were, like, raised together, but... Or he raised Razor, but it's just funny. Interesting. We also have this for the Abyss Herald. An Abyss Order monster that uses a dark power to command Warped Torrent in battle. Some of its attacks increase the CD of character skills that are currently in cooldown. Interesting. Increases cooldown. Good to know.
Dane, there you are. Did you see Master Jean?
I saw her, but purposely avoided her. As both the Lion Fang Knight and acting Grand Master, she naturally would have some reservations towards me.
Fair.
If I'm not careful, one day I may find myself becoming the object of one of her investigations. But back to the matter at hand. I defeated some of the Abyss forces, but wasn't able to gather any information. Did you have more success?
We relayed all the information.
I see. Well then, we can more or less figure out where the first field tiller ended up.
Huh? Really? Just from the Lupus Boreas story?
That information combined with a more comprehensive analysis. For example, the old story you told me you heard in the cathedral.
The Tyrant's final fury.
Exactly. The strange story told to you by that young sister, long mistaken to be a curse rained down by a deceased tyrant.
Actually, Popra's a deaconess. The fireballs raining from the sky were probably missiles.
Ah, Paimon gets it. So the Tyrant's final fury was really just missiles fired from the field tiller after it ran from Wolvendom. After it was damaged in the fight with the Wolf of the North, it must have wandered into the ruins of Old Mondstadt and stayed there. Then, whenever anyone got close, pew, pew, boom! It would fire a ton of missiles at them. Until one day, it finally broke down for good, and the fireballs stopped raining from the sky. Back then, the people of Mondstadt hadn't seen many ruin guards before, so they came to interpret it as the Tyrant's final fury.
Well, they were primitive comparatively, so they didn't know what a missile was.
It looks like we need to make a trip to Storm Terror's lair and comb the entire area.
No need?
What do you mean?
I remember, apparently.
You mean... Oh, Paimon remembers too! We saw that abandoned ruin guard sitting atop
That's what I was
the
thinking.
tower when we went there before. Can't forget something like that.
Yeah, that's what I assumed, but I didn't actually, think the game would remember that.
This is it, right? Okay then, use your elemental sight to look for the eye. Ooh, so what did you see? Huh? Nothing? Oh, but Paimon was so excited. What's going on? Are you sure you did it right?
We asked Avalon.
This requires another method. Using elemental sight on a field tiller is of no use because it is not powered by the elements. Let me give it a try.
Technology sight. Abyss magic, right?
And done.
Damn.
Wow! It's
The very thing the Abyss Herald has been seeking all along. The eye of the first field tiller. All of the ruin guards today are just replicas of this machine. As the prototype, its combat capability was unrestricted.
Prototype? Oh, Paimon doesn't know that word. Is it another ancient term from Conria?
As the Abyss Order has surmised, if this eye is placed in the hands of the defiled statue, and if the limbs of Osiel, Overlord of the Vortex, are attached to the statue, there you have a mechanized god. And this newly born god will have the power to topple the divine thrones of Celestia.
It is an extreme and dangerous operation.
Yes.
Then, what should we do with this eye?
Hide it somewhere?
No. I'll guard it myself.
Huh? You? Dane? You won't go and do anything crazy with it, will you?
I mean, my suggestion would be destroy it, but I don't know if we even can.
You may doubt me if you wish, but I must ensure it does not fall into the wrong hands.
Honestly, I'm not entirely convinced yours are the right hands, but I trust you more than
No matter
lots of
where
other
we
people.
may hide it, they will find it. And as for the Church of Favonius,
Well, that's why I didn't say it.
you know I don't trust them.
Oh, right.
But our work isn't done yet. To avoid any further repercussions, we must also take care of that defiled statue. We can't have the church get involved. Let's handle it ourselves. As for what I mean by take care of it, naturally I mean to completely destroy it.
Sure, but why don't we do that with the eye as well, right?
Destroy it? That's a statue of the Seven! As well as being a really important cultural relic, they're actually divine too!
I don't think Venti would care.
Well, good thing we didn't tell Barbara earlier. Otherwise she'd be going completely bonkers right now!
Yeah, probably.
Do the Seven really expect me to help them look after what belongs to them? Let's go back to those ruins and destroy the inverted statue. If we are lucky, we will also run into that Abyss Herald.
Can you stop him from running
I'll
away
make
so I can
sure
kill
it
him?
doesn't get away this time.
There we go. Teleport waypoint unlocked. Interesting, it's no longer strange statue, it's now labeled as field tiller. I guess that makes sense. Alright, so let's go back here.
Looks like we're here. An eerie, lifeless, dark chamber. I understand the evil aura you were describing earlier.
Oh, such a scary place.
Be careful to not be overwhelmed by the power of the defiled statue. The Abyss Herald. It's here.
You sense correctly. You are just as vexatious as ever, Dainsleif, enemy of the Abyss. I sense your soul is stained by terrible bloodshed, perhaps from your darkest nightmares. Unless... Oh, and something far more dangerous. You reek of a corruption familiar to me. Then we are the same. We're both dangerous. But dangers from outside of the Abyss Order must be caught and caged.
It is your words that forever reek of corruption. Time to silence you!
One with my blade!
Incapacity! Here we go! Incoming!
Swift and merciful!
Freeze you.
Got lucky that time.
Oh yeah, he slows down my regen. It's kind of annoying. I don't like Abyss mages. I want to get rid of them as soon as possible, if possible.
Cut to the chase. I'll protect us.
I need to heal a bit.
Don't blink. Let's play.
Submit for judgment! Swift and merciful!
Ow. Coward teleported. Well, Chonyun's dead. Is exactly what I was about to say.
Think you can get away? Here we go. Hey! Yeah!
I'm gonna cheat and eat food. I don't actually have a whole hell of a lot of food, so I can't cheat that much, because I haven't done cooking in ages. But I kind of had food. Healing food. I have literally no... I can give him some setias, I suppose. Hey, he's full. Why the hell not eat them up to full? And let's do attack boost. Sure.
Hey! I'll be fine.
One with my blade.
The end!
With sword comes shadow. Yahoo! Yeah. Ha. Don't blink. Yeah.
One with my blade. But how? Spirit blade. Attack!
Here we go. Think you can get away? Speed of light.
One with my blade.
God damn. I'm cooler in cutscenes. Good work. Well, that's unfortunate. That's a cool fucking sword.
Princess.
Hey! Could that be?
I'm waiting for the obnoxious asshole driving past on a motorbike. Okay, he's gone.
Aether.
Wait! She just blocked an attack against the Abyss Herald! Your sister and the Abyss?
Aether. Why are you with Dane?
Uh-huh. Your sister knows Dane?
Lumine, we meet again.
What's going on here? Dane knows her too?
I mean, he kind of alluded to that.
You shouldn't team up with this man. He is my enemy.
Lumine.
I should be reading them out,
But
really.
it must be said. Don't try to stop me. Don't try to stop the Abyss. That man, Dainsleif, was the Twilight Sword, one of the royal guards of the final dynasty of Conria. 500 years ago, he failed to prevent the destruction of Conria. A curse of immortality was laid upon him to forever wander the wilderness, while he watched the people he was supposed to protect turn into monsters of the Abyss.
You're saying Dane is from Conria? The same Conria
Not surprising
that was
information.
destroyed 500 years ago? And you said the people turned into monsters? You're trying to tell Paimon that the Abyss Order is not only related to Conria, but is actually the people of Conria themselves?
Also not surprising.
And the whole thing about Dane being your enemy... Paimon's so confused.
You can tell me later. Let's go home.
Home. Yes. Of course. Home is wherever we are together. But I cannot go with you to the next world to find a new home. At least, not yet. Until the Abyss has engulfed the thrones, my war with destiny will see no end. Listen to me, Aether. I have already traveled through this world once. Once you reach the end of your journey as I did, you will see for yourself the true nature of this world. So we'll meet again. Though we need not rush, brother. I have more than enough time to wait for you.
We have always had enough time.
They left. Oh, don't be too sad. We'll find them again. Look on the bright side. At least we got some really useful information.
Not sad.
Really? You sure? At least now, as well as the Seven, Dane is also a key part of finding your sibling too, right?
Once we get to Inazuma, we should keep that in mind.
That's right! By the way, what they said just now is all pretty confusing. Did you understand it at all?
Yeah, I got it all.
Oh, well then, let's go over it again. First off, that Abyss Herald called your sister Princess. It seems like your sister is leading the Abyss Order. Even the Abyss Herald answers to her. Still, we don't know for sure if she's the highest-ranking leader in the organization. Also, your sister said that she wants to engulf the thrones and go to war with Destiny. What the heck does that mean? Could it be that she wants to destroy the Seven and the Seven Nations?
Currently the most likely theory.
Next thing, turns out the Abyss Order monsters are really what the people of Conria turned into after their nation was destroyed. This story is just plain terrifying.
Again, I kind of surmised that.
And Dane is from Conria too. He witnessed its
That was
destruction
blatantly
500
obvious.
years ago. But he didn't turn into a monster. And now he's fighting the Abyss Order.
Well, he's seeing them go too
So
far in
that's why your
retribution,
sister
presumably.
said that Dane is her enemy, right? But if the monsters of the Abyss are the same people that Dane protected all those years ago, then why is he enemies with the Abyss Order now? Also, how come, after all this time we spent searching for your sister, it turns out she's on the side of the Abyss? What's up with that?
Lots of new questions, not a whole lot of answers.
You're right. Then we can't let ourselves get down about it now. Our journey's not over yet. Let's get a move on. Time to leave this terrible dark place and get back to the surface where the sun shines bright. If your sister wants you to reach the end of your journey, well then, show her what you're made of. Come on, traveler. Let's go.
Chapter 1, Act 4 is complete. I kind of want to destroy that if at all possible, but seemingly I can't. I mean, it's why we came here in the first place, but at the same time, it's like... I don't know if we can. Well, that was the next Archon quest. Seemingly all of the next Archon quest, because it came up with complete. That was really, really cool as far as main story quests go. It's kind of like an intermediary quest, really? Because it's like... It's going in between this... Like, it's leading into the Inazuma quest, seemingly. But it gave a lot of backstory for kind of Aether. Which a lot of the main story quest hasn't yet. I mean, it has kind of... It's given the player a lot of information. Like, it shows, like, these cutscenes with, like, the Abyss Order going and talking to Lumine and stuff like that. But it's not something that Aether himself has ever seen. So this is the first time that Aether is getting the information that the player has had for a while. Which is good, because they could have gone for a very long time with just telling Aether nothing. But this kind of gives him a bit more motivation. I mean, he's a relatively blank character slate, to be honest, but this gives him a bit more motivation so that he has the same kind of motivation that the player has, and he has the same kind of information that the player has. So everything seems to be caught up. In fact, it's actually gone slightly the other way, because he's having memories back from Conria, which means he has more information than the player has, which is interesting. So your main character actually knows more about the world than you as a player do. which is certainly interesting. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. It was probably a long one, because I think I've been playing for like an hour and a half-ish, maybe a bit more. I'll try and cut this down to under an hour, if at all possible, but we'll see. I'll have all of the cutscenes and stuff in there, and probably any of my discussion and stuff afterwards, so I'll try and get it under an hour.
Evil be
Anyway,
erased.
thanks for watching. If you liked the
Mind
video,
be
please leave a like.
purged.
If you're not
World
subscribed,
be,
please consider subscribing. And as always,
I always forget that last part.
thanks, Jonghyun. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.